What up, bitch? Howl Daddy Pepu, Jesus died, bro. True. Thanks for subbing. Vati Insania. Thanks. Vati Insania. Thanks for subbing. Ujubati Rosling, Great Auk. Thanks for subbing. Meow, 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 meow. Adroth and Rusty Kitty and Leonin. Deltano, Euro, Weed, Potts' Boss, Dumbling, DDX, Frodo, Harlanson. Thanks for subbing. Shore. Thanks for the bits, dude. Is my caps lock broken too? No. This Prime Club just asked for a gifted sub. No one gift that guy, bro. Pulls out gun. I know what you got in them pockets. Zen thinks reaching 5 subs, Conador. Slaughter's a mad. Dave the BK, Sloth Graphics, a Killer Jewel, and Villian, hello. You Chopper, thanks for subbing. G Snows and their Hauser, thanks for subbing. The Void Tracks of Reblo, thanks for subbing. How was my Sunday? It was good. Pokemon, I mean, I got Pokemon Z through A for my kid, man. It's not that bad. It's not good, though. I cannot concede that it is good. Lidl OG and Moasad, Ebex Gaming, Bowl of Milk and Phobos, Fapnia, Pep, beep, 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 sick, thanks for subbing. In Sushi VR, thanks for subbing. It should be 10 times better coming from the Pokemon Company. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's Japanese game company, guys, come on. Yivix Boo, thanks for subbing, and Frosty, and Quick Draw McGraw, thanks for subbing, and Harlan, thanks for subbing. Making food, barbecue chicken with rice and carrots or chicken penne Alfredo with broccoli. I'm feeling some BBQ chicken, bros. Harlan, feel better, dude? Something Hills on, thanks for subbing. You ate 8,000 calories worth of Taco Bell. I don't even know what you would have to have ordered to achieve that. That's a lot, right? Signut, thanks for subbing. Have you guys heard the Golden Freddy rap? Dude, why are my YouTube shorts so quiet?
Did you?
How do I even increase the volume on this? Hello? Oh, I see. New banger dropped.
You're insane. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying. But
I'm Golden Freddy. I like to scare, and when I scare, I become a nightmare. You're in the office, probably gonna die, and you will die because you won't survive.
He says survive at the end. Important lyric. Conan Dolomite and the Frosty Bear, thanks for subbing Ace Crafting of it. Link that, please. Just search I'm Golden Freddy, I like to scare, dude. You'll find it, bro. I'm Golden Freddy. I missed your sub? I'm sorry, I'm stupid. Thankful for you, thanks for subbing. Says fuck you, MOONMOON. Alright. Okay. Spooge at you, thanks for subbing. Kopi J and Dark Shocker and Senelia and Yazlov. Thanks for subbing. And Freerin Lover, thanks for subbing. Says can't wait for the Inferno Cape streams. Capital D. Inferno D's. I think I may have gotten scammed out of $400 yesterday. It feels bad. What were you trying to buy, bro? Ethereal? Thanks for subbing. Lazy IRL, thanks for subbing. Crypto. Soil? Bro, just go dig it up. It's the same thing. Relying on, thanks for subbing. I did not know that. Very proper noun in Blarg, thanks for subbing. Just go out into your backyard. Wait, maybe the soul is for your backyard. The Dice Stud in Nuclear Phoenix, thanks for subbing. Who's little Billy gonna be for Halloween? I'm not sure. It's coming up, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure his mother is handling the costume. Pluto Core, like 5 times. Dude, watching my kid play that new Pokemon game, man, he is willfully ignorant. He is willfully ignorant, dude. Volpix 6 for God subbing. What was the starter? He picked Chikorita. Made you a new world. I hope that's okay. Sure. He's literally a kid. Alright, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so in that game you can do like a sneak attack to trainers to start the fight. Can you do that to wild Pokemon too? Oops. Bro, I finally convinced this kid. So in the very first wild zone, there's an Abra on that roof. You know, two people in chat who have played this game. He ran across it. It teleports away, obviously. And you know, like 45 minutes later, he comes back, or like an hour and a half later, actually, because we did other zones. And the game had taught us about sneaking, so like I had to carefully and painstakingly teach him the concept of sneaking and hiding. And we're sneaking up this roof. We're on the roof, and on the roof there are like these little half walls, and like he's sneaking up and like going behind one, and then the next one to get closer. And this kid is in the perfect position to sneak attack this Abra, and his Pokemon are high enough level now that it would probably knock it out, right? And basically, in this game, you can knock them out, deplete their entire HP bar, and then throw a Pokeball at them, so you don't have to like get them really low to do it. And instead of utilizing the sneak attack technique that we had learned, he pulls out his Pokeball. He pulls out his Pokeball, dude. For the fucking Abra, man. and I'm like, listen to me. If you throw that Pokeball, it's going to get away. This is not going to work. You need to attack it. And he looks at me. It's like, and he threw it at the Abra, dude. Regular ass Pokeball, dude. And it fucking worked! And there's no reason it should have worked, man! And he was like, told you! And I was like, what are you? You didn't tell me anything! You just looked at me and did the opposite of what I told you to do! You didn't tell me shit!
I hear you, man.
Little bastard. Yeah, bonuses to catch them if you sneak up on them also. Well, if the game teaches you that, we had not learned that yet. If your kid played Deadlock, which character do you think he'd play? Probably viscous. The cube. Now you know what it's like to be a chatter? You don't know that struggle, bros. Do I have Piscus? Nah. Surprised to know that the VA is the same VA from Spider-Man game. What VA? There's no VA in Pokemon ZA. What Spider-Man game? Oh, Veteran Affairs. Oh, like from the military. Got it. See, a Hoppo who's working on a roguelike ARAM for Deadlock. An ARAM. That's crazy. Is he truly one of the only remaining good game creators, dude? Is it happening? We're gonna play the Marvel Rivals Zombie PvE mode. Hey, you see, Quantic Dream is making a MOBA. Ugh. Nuggalicious and Mike of that name, thanks for subbing. Ew. Quantic Dream is David Cage's studio, by the way. It's the not hyper-terminally online nerds in chat. Metallic, thanks for subbing. A David Cage MOBA, dude. How does that even work? Viscous voice actor is the same VA for Sasuke and Spider-Man. Oh. How do you guys know this shit, dude? Autism. There we go. Sorry, there was a bunch of other answers. I just read the one that I thought was most appropriate. Private Pancake, thanks for subbing. How come the music video for the Dota song has a bunch of really attractive women dancing in a club? What does that have to do with Dota? Bitches love Dota? I don't think so. I don't think they love Dota. A Stardust Soul, thanks for subbing. Jegman and Sir Snickle, thanks for subbing. Dota's a euphemism for sex. I don't think it is. I think it's a euphemism for defense of the ancients. Had a Russian Pudge player start beating his girlfriend in the middle of a Dota 2 game on mic before? Pretty sure beating your wife in Russia isn't even a crime. Exquisite, thanks for subbing. It is, but whatever. Let me Google this. Hang on. Is it illegal to beat your wife in Russia? A first-time offense of simple battery against a family member, including a wife, is generally not a criminal act, but an administrative one. In 2017, Russia passed a law that downgraded battery within families from a criminal offense to an administrative offense. You gotta beat your wife twice to be prosecuted criminally. So I assume that Pudge player was probably on his first strike. Zap, thanks for $30,000 rubles, up to 15 days administrative arrest or 120 hours community service. 30,000 rubles to USD. That's $371, dude. Damn. People are so desperate to feel good about their shitty country that they're poking at Russia. Bro, is this guy deaf? That Pudge had a good skin. He could afford that fine. That's good for him. Russian loser items, dude. Look, I have at least 2 Russian viewers. Okay, I will not abide by the unilateral slander of Russians, dude. Okay. Anony Mouse, thanks for subbing. Thank you. Air is tired, thanks for subbing. What's my personal opinion on Russia? I told you guys that I asked a bunch of Project Epoch players what they thought of Vladimir Putin when I realized that they were in that Russian guild. And every single one of them, and there was like... I only got response from like 4 or 5 people in English. Every single one of them was like, I hate that old piece of shit, so, you know. Bildo Baggins and Bunny Tofu, thanks for subbing. Go Meow and Flying Hammer. Chenk, not Chenk. Clench 1K. Boober Ducky, thanks for subbing. They were talking about you. Oh, when I asked them, so they thought I was Vladimir Putin. Can you imagine a Vladimir Putin staff member hopping on wild private servers to like figure out where people oh my shit, stuff. Sully, thanks for subbing. You think that's crazy? That is crazy! Return to main, thanks for subbing. Excuse me. Was that an old WoW thing? You might be thinking of the... God, who was the dude in America that did that shit? He had the, what was it, like an external... Steve Bannon, yeah, the external website or some shit. I don't really know how that went down. The old gold farming website. Yeah. Well, play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. Probably not. Blacksmith Prime, thanks for subbing. What class race were you on Epoch? I was a human warrior named Asmongold. I had brown hair. Veneers. Tornado axe? I don't know. Catholic. So you need to do a recap on Fear and Hunger 2. It seems like an alternate dimension post-World War II. Like immediately after World War II. Where the Blitzkrieg, instead of, you know, doing what it did in our dimension or whatever, the dude in charge of the alternate universe Nazis or whatever, they were targeting one particular city in Europe. And after they blitzkrieg to that city, the dude surrendered, or like drew up terms of peace, essentially. And that's pretty much all we know about him right now. But anyway, there are Nazis roaming. They're like Nazi-esque dudes roaming the streets, but they're more flesh monsters. For whatever reason, 14 people were called to come to this particular city, the occult city, to compete in a festival of Termina. What's it called? Festivus Termina or some shit? I don't know. They were called to Prehevel, the city. I'm not even pronouncing it right. And everyone in the region before that had been receiving dreams from Perkele, the avatar of Rur, the trickster moon god. Probably talking about the festival of Termina. Anyway, Perkele tells you and all 13 other people on the train going to Prehevel that basically they have 3 days before the end of the festival of Termina, and it's really bad if they're not the last person alive. So he doesn't outright tell the player to kill other people, but there are straight up people dressed like a cultist of Rur going around killing people. Like, for example, the dude in the bunker who saws off Tanaka's head. Needles. Like, he just straight up looks like he worships Rur, right? So my assumption, meta assumption, is that there are cultists of Rur probably just aiming to kill these people if they don't end up dead somehow anyway. That would be my guess, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, it's like a weird, like, post-industrial, pseudo-modern setting. Reiner, loot, thanks for something. What did the Blitzkrieg do in our dimension again? So basically it was this plan that Adolf Hitler had, or rather people who came to Adolf Hitler had. Hold on, I just gotta type something real quick. They basically, it was a combined arms surprise attack using a rapid, overwhelming force concentration that may consist of armored and motorized or mechanized infantry formations, together with artillery, air assault, and close air support. The intent was to break through an opponent's lines of defense, dislocate the defenders, confuse the enemy by making it difficult to respond to the continuously changing front, and defeat them in a decisive Vernichtungsschlacht, a battle of annihilation. My name is Jars and Dusty Leopard. Thanks for up. Elias. Speaking of that history, Nazi Germany was quite vulnerable during the invasion of Poland, yet France and Britain just sat there and let it happen. Well, first issue, it was France, right? Second issue was, you know, England being forced with the prospect of having to deploy troops to help France, right? It's not the most tantalizing offer for an Englishman. Moki, thanks for subbing. Oops. Dude, how do I have coffee in my beard? What the hell happened? France lost its jewels today? Yeah, what the fuck would... I read a headline that said, chainsaw-wielding trio stole Napoleon's jewels. What the flip? Yeah, it was yesterday. You wouldn't have your independence without France? No, we wouldn't have our independence without Mr. Lafayette. Don't get it twisted. A Frenchman, yes. They cut off Napoleon's balls with a chainsaw. That's hardcore. The wing was being renovated. They used a cherry picker to access a window, cracked glass, and left. Owned. Dunbar, thanks for subbing. The French sent their navy, thousands of soldiers, and half the guns to fight the British. Dude, shut up, man. Dude. Dude, shut up, man. Actually, there's more French at Yorktown than Americans. Dude, shut up, dude. Shut up. Who cares, man? That's Dude, El Convo. El Convo. Who fucking cares, man? You think Kai Cenat wants to hear about this shit, bro? You think the Phase boys want to hear about this shit, dude? About the number of Frenchmen at Yorktown? Dude, get a fucking grip. You're never gonna be cool. Loser. Keith is neat things for himself. Uppercut Danger Fist, thanks for subbing. Was I ever a substitute teacher? No. Nay. Can we get a 6'7"? 6'7". LeBron James. Like that? Daps you up? Dude, can you imagine right now, bro, in the halls of some high school, there are teenagers greeting each other, walking like by each other in the halls, being like, literally the South Park episode? I haven't seen it. I could write South Park, boys. Look at that! Look at that, dude! It's not hard. It's not hard to write South Park. In the current climate, it's not hard. Dude. Can I talk about some shit real quick? When George W. Bush was president and the war in Iraq was happening, it felt like the counterculture and like all of the media being produced to like, you know, dunk on George W. Bush or like the war in Iraq was like way more prevalent than like any sort of you know, counterculture in regards to our diaper wearing leader, you know what I mean? Rob Jones, thanks for selling. You know who Larry Ellison is? Oh, that's the Chief Technology Officer of Oracle. He looks like a bizarro evil Tony Stark. Caboose and Bebop Blues, thanks for selling. Because our current political climate is parody in of itself, hard to get better than reality. I mean, that's a good point, actually. that's a good fucking point. What else might he own? I don't know. I'm sure it's relevant to our conversation, though. He's buying up media companies, but it's also a satire thing. Okay. Like, I know this is kind of like a boomer example, right? But when Mr. Bush was president, we had the Colbert Report, dude. You know what I mean? Like, literally just someone every day doing a show, like, parodying just, like, the ridiculousness of, like, you know, the American right? You know what I mean? I'm not saying that something of a similar format should be done now, right? But it's just like, for example, we still have that, you just don't watch TV. Who the fuck dies? Who the fuck dies? Jetsink for something. We're seeing the AI videos Trump posts. You mean the one with Danger Zone playing in the background as he flies a plane that looks like it's going to bomb the No Kings protest, but then it just launches like literal mountains of shit, like poop on them? Yeah, I saw that. Dude, I would just love to be alive in like 20 or 30 years and like see like a documentary about like people that like operated that Twitter account during these years, and the guy being like, yeah man, so basically we just sat in an office and like we fought with AI generation to make something that didn't look like he was actually blowing them up. I had to regenerate the poop prompt at least 20 times. You know what I mean? 'Cause the blowing up would have gone a little too far. Like, it's Barron Trump and Aiden Ross in a hot tub, straight up. But I saw the I saw like a clip from Aiden Ross where he was like, I kind of regret going all in on Trump. No, he doesn't. Yeah, I know he doesn't. These people say anything for money, boys. That's just the way that it is. Asman, thanks for subbing. I'm pretty sure that guy still like drinks lean. Like, not even rappers drink lean anymore, dude. Speaking of lean, however, okay, now stay with me here. Okay. Why did rappers from that era never like marinate chicken in like lean? Or I guess any kind of meat. It doesn't have to be chicken. You know what I mean? Instead of drinking those giant fucking cups of, it was like Sprite and like Robitussin, like what the fuck was it? I don't even know what what lean is. Purple chicken. Tussin and Sprite. Okay, why not? Now stay with me. You could get that from somewhere else. You know what I mean? Codeine marinated chicken, dude. You can make that shit in bulk. They literally had to put out a warning about NyQuil chicken. In 2022. Oh, there was a social media trend in 2022 where people were marinating chicken in NyQuil, dude. The heat breaks down some of the active chemicals so you don't get as high. Oh. I did lean because codeine tasted too bad. It's called DXM. Back in the early 2000s, cough medicine used to be pure DXM, then they added stuff that made you puke. No, I had friends who robo-tripped, but I'm pretty confident they robo-tripped, like, after they added the vomit ingredient to Robitussin. It's not the same thing? Okay, well, they called it robo-tripping, and I'm pretty sure they drank Robitussin. And basically their goal was to drink a lot and then to throw up, and then they would start robo-tripping. But like every time, I was never near them when they robo-tripped, dude. But like the stories I heard about how deranged it was, man, I was just like, I'm kind of like glad I never did it. It's in the same chemical group as ketamine. Based? You learned a lot about the inner workings of your psyche on DXM. Word. Did I see the newest kick streamer death clip? Nah, man, who died? Well, let me check live stream fails and scroll across the bot/AI generated nonsense. A chess player died? Oh, I read about that this morning. He killed himself, they think, because he was getting bullied by his idol. Incidentally, call back to about 15 minutes ago, a Russian grandmaster that he idolized when he was a kid. And this guy accused the guy who killed himself of cheating. It made his reputation so bad that, like, the guy who killed himself was too afraid to actually, like, play the thing that he was most interested in, do what he was most interested in, because he was afraid that he would have to deal with the harassment that would come with this guy who was a much older chess player. He was, like, in his 60s or some shit. He was a world champion for 7 years. Yeah, so he just... Feces fellow, thanks for subbing. Stop trauma dumping? I will... It's not me! How do you cheat in chess? A lot of chess is played online nowadays. So basically you feed those... Oh yeah, you could ask Dr. Lupo, that's true actually. You feed the scenario on the board to an engine and it will solve the moves that you need to make. Like what Dr. Lupo did. Or you can do what Frank Reynolds did and stick some anal beads up your asshole and have someone buzz them to tell you which moves you need to make. And then you can defeat Russia. Yaniko, thanks for subbing. Number 2 best chess players openly say that the bully should fuck himself and rot in hell for the death of the young dude. That shit don't mean nothing to me, bros. I gotta be honest. I got like, brave statement, very brave. What about when he was still alive, though? That shit don't mean nothing to me, bro. Dude, you can tell me Jesus Christ himself came down from heaven and was like, dude, we just got this new guy. Told me there's this Russian fucking boomer that bullied him to blow his brains out. Just wanted to say that guy's an asshole, and then just like floats back T-pose style to the sky, bro. I wouldn't even give a fuck if Jesus said that shit to me, dog. I'd have been like, bro, Jesus, where were you for 2 fucking years, man? 2 years. Why did you wait, bro? Sorry, Almer, yeah. Honestly, chess players are pretty acoustic. The top 300 or so are all disconnected from social lives. Stop making excuses for adults, young man. Oh. Dude, I got toe socks on, but so my socks don't match right now, and I have a right toe sock on my left foot, dude. And I saw what I'd done when I sat down, and I was just like, I'm just gonna wear this bitch on the wrong foot, man.
För i mina ögon är hon alltid en bot. Hon heter Anna, Anna heter hon. Och hon kan banna det så hårt. Hon röjer upp i våran kanal. Jag vill berätta för dig att jag känner en bot.
Are you gonna tell us some shit like that? Dude, I look, top 300 Twitch streamers, man, they're all just really disconnected from social lives. You know what I mean? They're all pretty acoustic. So, you know, what can you do? I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Get some coffee, then we're gonna start. And I need to make the decision whether or not we're gonna start over. I'm not sure. I'm like 80% leaning toward that. I'll be right back. Shazam cannot comprehend the song. Don't worry, bro. I got it. I helped. I think we should start over. I appreciate waiting until my 7-day timeout was over to start playing the game. Hey, welcome back, man. Play Mage or Boxer? Like, I kind of wanted to go again with the same character. Yellow Mage intro is super cool. Like, my concern is I want Short Circuit. Okay. Clarifying question. Are you able to level up other people's skills and, like, unlock stuff with them at the Hexen when you rest? No. You can learn it. You can find the mechanic. Yeah, but will she have Short Circuit when I find her? You know what I mean? Like, I know that when you kill other humans, you absorb their soul and it can learn their skills. I know that. Abella always has Short Circuit. Okay, so let me explain why I wanted to do Abella again, and that's because the way that I know how to navigate the map so far involves a route that uses Short Circuit essentially. Swear Zeus, thanks for subbing. But we will we can try a different character. Why not? Damn, relax, buddy. Damn, buddy. Music sucks. Oh, someone a little upset about the fucking the Finland Electro. Okay. This is Levi, right? When we fought Levi, he had a gun. Ex-soldier. We found him day 2 in the sewers and he had transformed. So my goal is to get this guy before he transforms. So it probably has to be at least by day 1, right? Also, the Nazi we killed, he had a soul when we killed him. I wonder if we can talk him out of shooting those guys. I think we're gonna start a Yellow Mage, dude. Do 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 do. Ismancer. J-Red, thanks for subbing. Give me the full text adventure. The soothing sound of rail tracks. You are not used to such peaceful and tranquil atmosphere. You can't help but let your mind wander. You reminisce what has led you to this point in life. You were born and raised in the raging heats of Abyssinia, a continent with a long history embedded with chaos and warring factions. Those fools, the people around you, wage wars over ancient disputes and grudges started by long-gone ancestors. But that is how it had always been. The people of Abyssinia held ancestors and their spirits on a godlike pedestal. It's not like it was any better in the north, in the continent of Europa. Those fools worshipped ancient deities that none of them had ever even seen with their own eyes. And they certainly had their disputes as well, a great war after another. What's worse, their disputes didn't stay within their borders, they dragged everyone into their mess. They had set their eyes on Abyssinia now because of its strategic position in securing an access to oil and other raw materials from the east. It was only a matter of time before their troops would march on your land. You were not going to die because of some faceless puppeteers chose to focus their magnifying glass on your home country this time. Despite your young age, you decided to leave. Your siblings and mother would mourn your departure. They wanted you to have something to remember them by. I mean, we're going Chak Chak. Because I know what the Chak Chak do, bro! You consider yourself as successfully... You had considered yourself as successfully dead inside, not swayed by emotions, but it took a lot of efforts to convince yourself that you wouldn't miss your family. You still obviously had weakness to weed out. You headed to the City of the Sun, Amon, to educate yourself on spiritualism and religion. You were no slow physically, but you always considered your intellect to be your true forte. Just like that, you were accepted as an apprentice after some preliminary test. At the same time, news about Great War closing Abyssinian borders were all they could talk about on the radio. Amon was far from the borders, and it would probably remain safe for a good while, even after a war broke. You figured you'd still have plenty of time to learn at the temple and leave the country before it was too late. At the Temple of Amon, you were given a choice to learn various different schools of spiritualism. I think we go home country. You were talented and praised for your quick learning at the temple, but that became no surprise to you. You knew you were smarter than most of those old geezers. You only possessed knowledge you wanted. Once you had that, they served no purpose to you. The more time you spent at the temple, the more pathetic the priest of Amon started to look in your eyes. Religion in general started to look dubious too after examining how the world functioned. Most religious doctrines were molded to accommodate the current ruling class. Religion was used as a mere tool to control masses more than anything else. Dedicating your life to worship would equal dedicating your life to kings and queens of the time. You left your home because you didn't want to die fighting someone else's war, so why would you waste your life serving someone else in turn? Around this time, you found an old scroll from one of the many Amon libraries. The scroll mentioned of an old sect of magical practitioners originating from Eastern sanctuaries whose worldview seemed more appealing to you. Yellow mages differed from your typical priest. Instead of dedicating their lives to worship, gods existed for them. Their force was to be harnessed to further one's own personal growth and agenda. So finding order from the commandments laid out by the older gods, yellow mages reveled in chaos. Chaos was the natural state of the world. Chaos was the natural state the world would return to time and time again, so why even try and force it to anything else? You quit at the Temple of Amon and decided to head east and pursue these yellow mages. Traveled beyond your home continent, ultimately finding yourself in the narrow streets of Eastern Sanctuary. Get acquainted with the local temples. Even they had adopted the worship of Almer as their main religion. That's Jesus. Evil Jesus. Eastern sanctuaries were no better than the temples of Amon in that regard. If anything, religion was more prevalent there and dictated the way people were to live and die. You were looked down upon by the scholars and religious leaders of the area because of your very public opinions. That didn't bother you. You knew better. In time, your conviction convinced the facets you wanted. You were approached by a group of traveling mages who wore colorful attires. The yellow mages that were still around in this day and age were reduced to small separate groups wandering around the world to study all fields of the otherworldly. The group saw the potential in you and offered a place among them. You liked what you heard and decided to join the wandering group. What did you specialize in? Gotta go advanced. I'm trying to think, like, The way that the skill grid works, like, we're gonna learn basic techniques, but it might take a while for us to get advanced magic. Oh. Your path of learning and self-growth knew no end. Your travels brought you to a small border town in Eastern Sanctuaries. There you met a curious person, Hadil Azif, a self-proclaimed wizard from the Far East. By his pretentious appearance, his family name Azif was well known and somewhat feared in certain occult circles, which gave his claims at least some credibility. He was gathering a group of adventurers to accompany him on a perilous quest. He had inherited a map from his late grandfather that was supposed to lead him to the infamous dungeons of fear and hunger itself. The place used to be a noteworthy location of pilgrimage for many aspiring mages and priests in the distant past. The yellow mages you had spent time with previously told ominous tales about the dungeons as well. Initially, you dismissed Azif's talk, only to be haunted by the most brutal nightmares on the following night. Something was calling for you. You had to witness the place yourself. Damn, we went to the fucking dungeon, dude. You joined the motley crew of adventurers Azif had managed to put together and traveled through war-torn Europa. Most of the crew quit halfway to Rondon because of how difficult it was to cross borders during these chaotic times. Closer to the destination you got, more feverish your dreams became. The remaining members of your ragtag fellowship were visibly sick from stress and otherworldly pressure that had befallen on you the moment you set out on your quest. Breaking point was the day you were finally to arrive at the dungeon. A heavy fog drowned your camp and made navigation impossible. Using a compass did no good because the thing was just spinning circles wildly. Distant growls and howls had created unrest. Not that there was any need for that, as superstition and constant misfortune had already convinced your fellow travelers that the trip was cursed from the start. Companions panicked and scattered to the mist. Azif himself had been sick from constant nightmares for the trip, half the trip already. He left him curled up in fetus position in his tent and ventured forward on your own. After walking for a while, you started to make out something behind the thick white veil. The mist revealed structures of some kind. Oh. You got to a set of old ruins, or they looked more like a measly pile of rubble now. If it wasn't for the dreadful aura emanating from deep within, you couldn't tell there was anything remarkable about this place whatsoever. Near the main entrance arch, there was a makeshift archaeological site with tents and digging equipment. The site looked abandoned. On the other side, there was a side entrance to the dungeons with stairs leading down to the darkness below. Let's look at the tents. There were no signs of people. Whoever had set it up had long abandoned the place too. All the documents and reports were written in Bremen, so you couldn't tell exactly what these people were looking for. This might have been just a regular archaeological excursion that stumbled into the certain doom unknowingly. If these truly were the dungeons of fear and hunger, and even in their current state, they would surely swallow unprepared tourists whole. Near the main entrance arch, there was a makeshift archaeological site, blah, blah, blah. Oh, we gotta... I mean... we go side entrance, I'm pretty sure. Cautiously, you walk down the slippery stairs only to find a cave-in. The hallway had totally collapsed. There seemed to be no way around it. Buried under the rubble was an old skeleton in a medieval leather armor crushed under a ton of rocks. You didn't want to suffer the same fate with the skeleton, so you returned back. Okay. How would you know to do that? Because I'm visualizing where he is right now in my head because I played the first game, and I know that going left is optimal. Head to the main entrance. The moment you stepped inside the dungeon walls, you felt immense otherworldly pressure. You understood that the place would drain any normal person to the brink of madness and starvation in a matter of mere hours. You had to be efficient about this. Even if the day was still bright, the darkness seemed to suffocate all light and you could barely see anything ahead of you. You lit up a torch. You stood at the vestibule of the dungeons. To your left, you saw a doorway leading to what seemed like a kitchen. There was a small room with old wooden furniture in front of you, and to your right was a closed door. Check the door. Tried to open the door, but it didn't budge. You considered forcing the door open, and then you heard faint noises coming from the other side. You could have sworn it sounded like something heavy and alive was slowly moving toward the door. You had heard rumors of this place, and you definitely didn't want to confirm whether there was any truth to those horror stories or not. You backed away from the door. Kitchen. The room had small stools around a large wooden table covered in cobwebs and old stains. At the end of the room, there were old cupboards and kitchen utilities that had collapsed on the ground. The other corner had a row of wooden barrels. Barrels, dude. There's nothing useful in there. Suddenly you heard loud banging and screeching coming from the entrance hall. Adrenaline was rushing through you as you ran back to see just what was causing the noise. The closed door was jolting from its hinges. Something big was trying to force its way through the door. Whatever it was, created inhuman guttural sounds between its swingings at the door. I'm gonna hide the kitchen. Quickly waltzed inside the kitchen and pressed against a corner where you thought you would stay hidden while still seeing what you were up against. The door crashed open. You saw a dark silhouette of a gigantic malformed being pushed from the open doorway. The creature made gurgling noises as it slowly wandered to the other room. You used this chance to sneak past the thing to the dark corridor where it first came from. When the creature had clearly gotten used to the darkness as it sensed you the moment you got out of your hiding spot, you charged the unknown darkness on a second thought. You ran as fast as you could, creating distance to the malformed beast with each step. You couldn't see much in the darkness, but a door frame that had light shining through its cracks caught your attention. You tackled the door up and stumbled to an overgrown courtyard. Quickly glancing back at the dark corridor, you noticed that the beast was nowhere to be seen. You figured that the last rays of the setting sun still kept it at bay. You took a breather and slowly walked across the yard. The grass had taken a sickly yellowish color, and the setting sun created ominous shadows as its rays hit the lone gallows standing at the center of the enclosure. I know where I am, dude! As you managed to focus your thoughts, you realized that there was an additional voice echoing in your head. Something or someone was calling to you from the depths of this forsaken fortress. There's something very curious about this echo. You needed to find its source, not like you had a choice, but to delve deeper as the sun was rapidly setting down, stripping you from the last barrier that kept the murderous beast hiding in the shadows. The courtyard led to another door in the darkness. You pushed forward. You were at the foyer of the dungeons. The hall was large. To your left was a lavatory. To your right there was a long corridor leading to total darkness. And before you rose a large stairway up. Bro, we ain't gonna find shit in the shitter. Check out the stairway. The wide stairway led to an old Almerian sacrificial altar with a skeleton crucified to it. Next to the altar there was a side path leading deeper inside the fortress. Examine the altar. The altar was a typical ritual crucifix used to worship Almer, the Ascended One. A sacrifice would be put on the cross and their blood would slowly be drained for days to come. Traditionally, such rituals were used for protection. Almer would look after the immediate surroundings for as long as the blood was running down the cross. The last sacrifice this cross saw must have been the skeleton. There was no blood dripping from the cross anymore, so no protection from Almer either. Side path. Path was a narrow corridor, crudely made from misshapen bricks and stones. It looked like the floor had collapsed at certain points, but you were able to hop over the trench with ease. A large room opened up before you. The room stood out with its finer decor, spiral floor tiling, and its many bookcases covering the walls. The south end corner of the room had a small doorway shrouded in darkness. The north end corner was more dilapidated, with its caved-in ceiling and all. Bookshelves, dude. Most of the books that were still left behind had been growing mold. Oh, shit! Wait. I mean, obviously we're picking two, but man, this is big. You got the Skin Bible, Rur. Manuscripts all seem to be part of a bigger compilation, and you would have loved to have all of them with you, but you had a job to do and you couldn't burden yourself with too much extra luggage. The large room opened up before you. The room stood out. Wanted to see if I can grab another one. Check the doorway. Door slowly lit up the small room and revealed a wooden desk with drawers and carpet that was from the Eastern Sanctuaries, judging by its patterns, and a partly eaten corpse that seemed to be part of the archaeological expedition. Search the desk. Someone must have searched the desk already. Most of the values have been looted long ago. Opening a drawer revealed only old and dusty letters of no importance. The bottom drawer, however, seemed to be stuck. Force open. You managed to force it open. A lucky coin rolled out of the drawer. Faint whining and moaning could be heard from the partly eaten archaeologist. The corpse was trying to get up on its feet. As it stumbled, a group of keys fell from his lap. You picked up the prison keys. Slowly, one step at a time, the ghoul approached you with its mouth stretched unnaturally open. Ignore it and return to the foyer. I mean, it is slow. And we don't get shit for killing stuff in this game. Oh, man. We got it. Finish your chain and focused all your hatred and fury on a concentrated spot on the ghoul's soft torso. Like a vortex, the energy tore the archaeologist's skin and rotten meat and left a gaping hole in their place. To your surprise, the ghoul kept on advancing toward you as if nothing had happened. You had never faced a living dead before, and it seemed like traditional means of harm had very little impact on someone who felt no fear or pain. You backed away from the room, yet the ghoul kept on following you. You cautiously hopped over the collapsed floor in the corridor leading up to the library. The creature was not as agile, and instead face-planted on the ground as it tripped on the rubble. The ghoul was waist deep in the trench, unable to climb back up. Desperately, he tried reaching out for you with his blood-soaked hands. The whines and growls turned into agitated shrieks as it furiously tried to snatch you. It looks like the creature was stuck. You figured you'd best just leave this area for now and explore elsewhere. You're at the foyer of the dungeon. Okay. Alright, I guess we're going dark corridor. Torch slowly pushed away the darkness as you advanced toward the unknown. The further you got, the stronger the echo inside your head became. You couldn't make out the words clearly, but this was definitely the right direction to head. The larger room had opened up behind a set of rusty iron bars. Your torch revealed human-like figures that stood still just beyond the radius of the light. Upon closer inspection, you noticed that these figures were medieval iron maidens, human-shaped torture devices that had seen practical use judging from the old stains that had formed from the seeping blood of the victims. The room had numerous other torture devices as well. Most of them would probably be inoperative in this day and age. Among them you saw an old reinforced chest at the back of the room. You saw a corridor. This feels like bait, fellas, but we're gonna do it. You couldn't open it without the proper key. You felt a cold draft run from the chamber. The draft seemed to be guiding you toward the dark center, the dark corridor at the end of the room. You decided to return to the foyer. Okay. Corridor. You walk past all the contraptions and bizarre devices, each step sticking to the old blood covering the floor. Loud creaks and groans could be heard behind you. Something big had just entered the foyer. Figured it must have been the malformed archaeologist from before. No. Some must have set, which made it possible for the creature to advance through the courtyard. The creature must have had your scent as his footsteps clearly closing on you at a rapid pace. You had to act fast. The corridor that opened up was a long one with multiple cell doors covering each side. I have the prison keys, so I think I can open the gate. Check the gate. You have the creature trash the nearby torture chamber. He was right on your heels. You couldn't see him in the darkness, but you could sense his intense hatred homing in on you. The gate was locked with a reinforced lock. You tried to remain cool as you hoped for the prison keys to work. The beast was already charging toward you as you opened the gate and slipped aside only seconds before the malformed monster smashed against the bars. Violently, the creature tried to reach for you while making low grunt noises from the swollen throat. Bars in the gate seemed to hold the beast for now, but you didn't want to stay and find out whether the thing could eventually break in. Instead, you took the stairs deeper to the darkness. The thought crossed your mind: if darkness had twisted those poor sods to become mindless beasts, would the same fate await you if you stayed at the dungeons for long enough? The stairs became sticky from old gore and blood the deeper you got. The air was stale and had a rotten smell to it. The voice inside your head got louder. You still couldn't make sense of any words, but it was definitely calling for you. Deeper. You had to get deeper. That much was clear. You entered a huge chamber full of partly buried skeletons and rotting corpses laying about. The ground had a thick layer of dried blood and filth which accrued around the chamber walls over the years. Is this where you find the wizard head, dude? The head mage? Yup. Each step you took echoed to dizzying heights. You couldn't see the chamber ceiling. The walls just rose up forever to the darkness. There were two staircases in the chamber. One led to the ground level you had just escaped, while the other one led to the lower levels. In the middle of the chamber was the rather new-looking wooden contraption. Examine the contraption. You didn't notice the gaping hole at the center of the chambers until you got closer and your torch lit up the surroundings. The wooden contraption had been built around it as a freight elevator of sorts, lifting and lowering items and people if necessary. The contraption itself stuck out just by not being stained with blood and filth like everything else. Judging by some of the equipment around, the elevator must have been used by the same archaeologic expedition that set up the tents outside. You could have used the contraption yourself too if you had some rope with you. I don't want to look at the piles of bodies, fellas. Most of the bodies have been decaying and decomposing for hundreds of years. Some bodies look fresher than others, while some were reduced to bare skeletons. The ludicrous amount of corpses did raise questions about the purpose of this chamber, but there was no one around to answer those questions anymore, so he took everything at face value. Down. Stairs leading down were sticky with the grime like everything else in that chamber. A cold draft moved you along to the chasm that awaited you at the bottom. The giant underground ravine opened up before you. Even your torch couldn't properly light up the area. There were iron grid platforms suspended above a seemingly bottomless chasm. Platforms were mounted on cavern walls and linked together with a shaky-looking bridge. The side you were on had a few individual prison cells in a row. Where the prison at. What awaited you on the other side was of the bridge was shrouded in darkness. Check prison cells. Tried opening cell doors, but all of them appeared locked. Some of the locks were too rusted to even function properly anymore. There appeared to be no way inside the bars. Not that you missed anything important. The torchlight revealed just regular prison utilities like piss buckets, chains, and a couple of skulls belonging to previous residents. Examine ravine. The grid platforms looked old and rusty. The platforms gave worrisome creaks as you walked on them. The fact that parts of the platform had already collapsed didn't exactly reassure you to their condition. Walk. You cautiously walked up to the bridge. Just putting some weight on the thing caused a couple of nuts and bolts to fall down to the endless depths. You braved across it. The bridge felt like it was going to collapse at any moment, but somehow it remained together. The other side of the ravine was more or less identical to the one where you just came. There were 3 cells in a row. At the end of the platform, there was a corridor leading away from the ravine. Check the cells. All the cells were locked. One cell in particular caught your attention. There was a huge naked creature inside. Its features looked human, but the person must have been at least 2.5 meters tall, if not more. The upper body of the thing was shrouded in darkness. For a moment, you thought the creature was still breathing. But you figured it must have been just the flickering torch creating illusions, surely. Corridor. Check back on the chasm. I want to look at the ravine again. You realize something now that you looked at the ravine from the other side. Next to the man-made platforms of the darkness, there were huge statues carved in the cavern walls where the brick walls of the prison area ended. Statues were figures from olden times clad in armor, only their appearance wasn't that of humans, so these figures appeared more reptilian. The appearance and the condition of the statues suggested that they were a lot older than anything that had been built around them over the years. They were probably there even before the whole fortress existed in the first place. Weird. Corridor. Small room. The room looked like it had once belonged to an army officer. There were numerous weapon racks in the room's position next to an empty shelf. At the back of the room there was a wooden desk with an impressive-looking leather recliner behind it. Behind the desk you noticed a small cast-iron chest and what seemed like a rusty lever. Let's check the desk. The desk and drawers had been ransacked long ago. Instead, you tried looking for things that were less obvious to common thieves and treasure hunters. Examined the bottom of the desk and found a hidden trap door. A pipe and a pouch full of tobacco fell from the hidden compartment. You heard distant chains rattle by the chasm. Seems like the small commotion caused by your exploration reached the ears of someone or something. The room looked like it had once belonged to an army officer. Let's do the lever. Looked like a mechanical lever used to control something. You tried pulling it, but it was stuck. It didn't even budge a little. It was a curious little thing, but its purpose remained a mystery to you. A loud creak echoed from the ravine. The dungeons were dead silent apart from the small ruckus caused by you going through the officer's room. Whatever still lived in the darkness would hear you loud and clear. We should leave. Oh! Oops. Deeper into the darkness. The torch pushed away the darkness. The dancing light flickered on a lone skeleton chained to the wall. The corridor circled back to the great chasm and its suspended platforms. The gridiron bridge connecting the two sides had completely collapsed on this end of the ravine. You noticed a rope tied on the platform. On the other end of the rope, you saw a corpse belonging to the archaeological expedition. This person had apparently hanged himself. The horrors of the dungeons must have been too much for him. Lift up the corpse. You pulled the corpse up. You're right in your assessment. The person had modern clothing that looked like that of a stereotypical Western archaeologist. The person had nothing of value. You did pick up the rope, though. Examine ravine. You saw faint shapes in the darkness. The platform seemed to continue on to the other side. God knows how large this man-made area really was. Head back. I'm gonna check out the small door. As you walk back up, you once again heard the echo inside your head. This time you could almost understand some words. Deeper, you must delve deeper. The correct path must have been somewhere at the Bloody Chamber. I know that. Alrighty. You tied the rope tightly to the wooden beams and threw the loose end down to the pit. A cold draft could be felt coming from the depths below. You headed down. Climbed down the claustrophobic bloody pit. The pit opened up and the area that revealed itself was even more open than the ravine itself, or upstairs. There was a huge cavern beneath the fortress ruins. The rope ended up on top of a crashed wreckage. An iron cage had crashed on the rocky ground from the pit you came from. A closer inspection suggested that it was an elevator of some kind. Needless to say, it wasn't functional anymore. You stood on solid ground next to the wreckage. The cavern was huge. Your torchlight left you standing in the middle of darkness with no point of interest apart from a makeshift campsite with a couple of tents and some archaeological equipment. Examine the wreckage. The iron frame of the elevator had bent from the fall. There was still a broken chain hanging on the roof. The chain must have lifted and lowered the elevator when necessary, blah, blah, blah. Stood on solid ground, blah, blah, blah. Campsite. As you walked up to the tents, you noticed that there were no signs of life there. The archaeological crew was gone. Campsite had a couple of tents side by side, open crates full of digging equipment, and a makeshift table full of various documents scattered around. Let's look at the documents. Documents were written in Bremen, so you couldn't make sense of them, really. There were some very official-looking papers among them, which suggested maybe the expedition orders came from someone high up in Bremen office, maybe even from the Kaiser himself. The report documented each item found from the digging site. There were pictures of said items etched on paper. The items looked mundane for the most part, but all of them had carvings on them that were unlike anything you'd ever seen before. They didn't match with any culture you were aware of. One document caught your interest especially. It had a sketch of a cubic object with various ornaments and sigils carved all across it. The other side item raised the hair on your arms and made you sick from the stomach. There's something special about this cube, no doubt about it. Tents. First tent, sleeping bag and clothing. Among the used junk, you found 5 matches. Second tent was mostly the same story, except there was a collection of archaeological findings on the table. After your initial excitement, you noticed, however, that those findings were only run-of-the-mill pieces of broken vases and other trinkets of no use. Among the junk, you pick up a lantern. Digging site. Digging site was bigger than how it looked initially. The site expanded to nearby cliffs with wooden platforms leading down to a dark chasm. Platforms. You sent down to the dark depths. The echo inside your head returned once again. Misguided soul, can't you hear my call? The words were clear this time around. Good, finally. Voices became even more clear. Archaeological crew had been digging deep and revealed something that should have stayed hidden. Ancient structures could clearly be seen protruding from the rocky surface. The structures looked almost like the remains of a city from another time. Bahavra. The wooden platforms took you straight to them, and a ladder was set to lead you inside what looked like a temple of some other place of worship. You climbed in. Most of the temple was dilapidated by the time, but you could still spot some murals on the walls that depicted rituals and gods not known in this day and age. Even if you had only witnessed glimpses of something larger, the scale of the building already impressed you. It was unlike anything you had ever seen. Eastern sanctuaries, the city of Amon, Abyssonia, they all paled in comparison. The voice in your head was getting loud. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. You dug the rubble with your bare hands, you turned over wooden structures and pushed away a stone pillar, and there it was, the source of the voice. A burnt and withered... Oh shit, dude! A severed head, to be more precise, that had deep lines running across it. In the place of its eyes were dark and empty sockets. The only hair on the head was the sparse mustache under its big nose. Wasn't expecting a worm like you weaseling its way this deep to the dungeons, but I'll take what I can get. All earthworms do, after all, is dig. Your garments. Maybe you do have more than a camel's spunk in place of your brains. You are a yellow mage, are you not? You confirm the suspicions of the beheaded oddity. Figures that is why a measly maggot like yourself could hear my call. Very well. Kneel before me, for I am your master, Nashra, the doom and terror of the modern man. That name, Nashra. That was a name you were not expecting to hear. It is a name even the Yellow Mages only talked in the darkest hours of the night. Nashra, the harbinger of the burning crusade. Nashra, the bringer of torment. Nashra, the doom and terror of the modern man. The great wizard from the eastern sanctuaries went by many names. He indeed was your master, for this beheaded wizard was the one who gave birth to Yellow Mages and their ideology. Only that had happened over 1,000 years earlier. There were no records of Nashra for at least 500 years. Wah, you are a lucky bastard, lucky indeed. There is a man I once skinned alive. After that, I want to rip off their spines, those maggots. They will slump before me, limp and feeble. Your master seemed to be surprisingly up to date with the twists and turns the world had taken since his absence. He had a mission for you. As a Yellow Mage, you were supposed to follow your own ambitions and greed, but there was a lot you could learn from this death-defying wizard that could further your knowledge on dark matters greatly. You decided to play along. You were sure that this terror of the modern man was perfectly aware of your reasoning, too. That was the typical relationship between a master Yellow Mage and their apprentice, after all. You were traveled to a small country in eastern Europa with the beheaded wizard to a town called Perhevel. Wait, he comes with me?! Your master promised event of cosmic proportions. The stars were aligned for something big to happen. Something that would turn the tides of the world for good. The head left out details from his story on purpose, but that did little to bother you. You had just jumped to the deep end of the otherworldly world. You could not have asked for more. With this little information about the task at hand, how did you prepare for the trip? Magical goods is probably like mind restoration stuff. Two pouches of tobacco and condensed lavender. Felt tense since the moment you embarked on this journey. Every night you'd see nightmares of the horrors that would await you in Perhevel. Whatever the price, the opportunity was too interesting to pass. With mixed feelings, you continued onwards. Like someone was watching you while you slept. You hear voices echoing from the beheaded wizard. We're in his radius now. Better not let me down now. Bro, he's not in my inventory. Where he at, though? Burp, burp. Reach a higher state of awareness, meditate while guarding to gain extra rev points on that turn. Oh, he's an accessory. A dried and burned severed head. The face is forever left in a spiteful grimace. The head is not without purpose, though some kind of power in it reflects otherworldly attacks occasionally. So when I cast magic, sometimes it does something. Anyway, check more than... Yeah. We gonna be blasted, fellas. It looks like we have a higher max mind as well. 125. We can get even higher with a Rur sigil. You can party talk with him? Maybe not right here. He's sleeping, bruh. Oh, wait. I nearly forgot. Hot Ski, thanks for subbing. Blue Oib. Blue Oib. Now, what are we gonna see when we go through here? Same thing. Looking for you everywhere. Just where do you think you ran off to? Don't you understand the hurry we're in? Get your hands off of me. Oh, our body's 125. Requires 1 rev point. How inaccurate is magic on the head? Blow up his penis? Yeah, alright. Ah! Going for the headshot, boys. Oof! Your voice is echoing from the beheaded wizard. See, this is what you get for not listening to me. You deserve every bit of what's coming, you maggot. Ow! How am I supposed to work? Your voice is echoing from the beheaded wizard. Chicken shit, do as the man told you. Get back to work. Roll faster, bro. I feel like you're losing your mind. Ooh, why are we all distorted? There you are. The moon, it must be the moon god, you ponder. You've read some vague tales about it during your time at the Amon libraries. Got you pulled from that nasty place. You are going deep into that rabbit hole. To show his goodwill, my master has bended your wounds and tatters this once. What a joy. Now you are safe under the beautiful green hue of the moon. What's going on? That is what I'm here for, to explain the situation you're currently facing, to explain the great once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that has befallen within your grasp. So words cannot possibly reach my master. I speak on his behalf. And who might my master be? Well, for now, let's just say that he is a delinquent one. Rare, the trickster moon god. You knew it. And me, you can call me Perkele. I am just a humble servant of his celestial majesty. Perkele, that name does sound familiar to you, but you're not sure where you've heard it before. My summer car. You're the dreamer. He is the dream. My master has invited 14 of you to join us in this jubilee of cosmic proportion. 14 candidates, but only one true victor. The festival of Termina is upon us. Termina, you finally remember where you've heard the name Perkele before. The deity is often linked with the so-called Festival of Termina. Information about the festival is murky, but is often associated with times of great turmoil. Many massacres in history have been blamed on this deity and the moon. Horrible acts have been committed in the name of lunacy. Can't remember much else. The moon god in general is shrouded in great mystery, and his ways are often left unexplained. I don't want any part in this. But it is not a matter of what you want any longer. My master doesn't give options, and frankly, neither do I. This must be all very confusing to you, so I won't burden you with any more exposition or information and infromation at this very moment. Progress further, I will gladly answer questions later down the road. Let's meet again under the moonlight. Your voice is echoing from the beheaded wizard. Wake up, maggot! Rain, it seems to have stopped. Your voice is echoing. I trust you got the gist of things. Let us proceed. We have work to do. Something seems off, though. This is not the moon god's usual modus operandi. Trust no one, but me, obviously. As long as you do what I say, I don't actually care about the trust part either. Now, move it, maggot! Do 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 do. Where's the boiler? The wizard says, "What's the shit show now?" Something wrong? Seen this. I'm sure it's nothing serious. Maybe so. Wizard says, "These fools, they have no knowledge of things to come." Your outfit, it looks interesting. Who are you? Introduce yourself. You are the doom and torment, an embodiment of chaos, a pupil to the terror of the modern man. My name is Marina. But a child trying to play with magic. Pathetic. My name's Olivia. Lovely to meet you. Poor sod, a measly librarian waiting to be devastated. You can call me August. Keep an eye on this one. Dude! Who is he? Karen Sauer, a journalist on duty. I already sense this bitch is an arrogant piece of filth. I'm Henrik, a weakling with no remarkable features whatsoever. This maggot carries filthy secrets. Dig them up. Before he came out, we were talking about this. You saw the dream, too, right? Everyone saw the same dream. It all felt too real. Not this talk again. Miserable fool, when the people are this dim-witted, they don't even deserve to learn the truth. He's talking about Karen, the journalist. This is all stuff we've seen before. Mainly looking for Nashra commentary. Look up there over the forest top. You see the tower standing erect in the mist. That tower marks the center of Prehevel. You can hike through the forest to get there. It's not that far away. I've been there. I've been to the city. Alright then. If I see anyone, I'll let them know you guys are waiting here. Have fun finding a scoop in from that sleepy town. Enough of this nonsense. We need to get going, or start killing. Either is fine by me. What are you gonna do? Wait here, I guess. I'm not in a hurry. Attack him. Twist of fate, perhaps I'm just passing through. This guy's so elusive. Remember, he's the one who showed up after we beat the big dog. Abuela. Premonition. See you later. Would you look at that behind? Are you dead serious? If you keep that up, I'll come with a better use for this wrench. You're making yourself useful. Maybe I will do just that. Just wait and see, Ginger. Yes, go make me proud. My story. Wait, what? Oops. We've all seen this. Oh, hi. We were introduced before. I'm Abella. It's nice to meet you. I'm a bit busy right now. I'm trying to check if I can get the train working order again. It's not that just that the train stopped, but for some reason I won't start up again either. What are you doing? Just checking on things. Does Army Barricade suggest that maybe there is something to that crazy theory of hers? Something, what do you plan to do? See you later. It's Kita Tanaka. Good to make your acquaintance. It's really troublesome. What is coming of our train trip? Blah, blah, blah. Go on foot. I think you're right. This is not that far. Yep, we're going to follow him. Again. Walking with my best friend Tanaka in the woods. Gonna go see some things. Some epic things. Augers. Run, Billy, run. Surprised we don't have any knowledge of plants. Being that we smoke them nonstop as a wizard. Why do we have 125 body? It must be the head. Oh, it's you. So look at this. What on earth is going on? They're dead. This is horrible. Should we report this to someone, the local police? I don't have any chalk, dude. Hell. The biggest L of all time. We go north here? No, we don't. This is a dead end. A doy. A doy. How do we get in there? Am I dumb? Yeah. Do. Yeah, super dumb. They don't know that you have the power to blow their dick off. Termina is upon us! Oh, gotta go. Where's Tanaka? I thought he was on this screen after that. Maybe he's further down? No. That was not Tanaka. It was clearly a deranged villager holding a sickle. Perhaps this screen? There he is. You saw that too? It really happened. Those people, they were killed. Looks like it. This trip has been cursed from the start. Boo-hoo. You watch someone get their head cut off. Every 2000s kid has already seen that. Am I right, fellas? Blue herb. You know, I actually didn't have any food. I'm rich. I'm bread. Want to see this game look in 3D? Man, I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could do that. I don't know if people would like that. They're probably like, "Booyah, I want my RPG Maker. It needs to look like RPG Maker. It needs to look like this. I accept no substitute." Do I have to draw Ulmer on this to make the portal? I don't think so, right? I hate this bitch. It's used to worship certain older gods. Aiden CG, thanks so. Well, time to get stepping. Where did Tanaka go after the woods? Did he, like, he just did... I don't know. On a leisurely walk through the woods now. Everyone, I like how the character's like, you're not sure what this planet is, but you know what the blue, red, and green ones are. You know what I mean? Hello, dead penis man. Hello, dead crucified penis man. Hello. Can I get up there? Am I dumb? Do 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 do. For me, blue herb. Why can't I get over there? I made this song, by the way. I titled it Violin Noise. And then we can go down here, but I don't think there's anything down here, actually. We got a bunch of these. How did we get over? I don't think there's anything over there. It's fine. Any reaction? Nay. Oh, let's get shot. Dodge. Dodge. Oh wait, this is the... Where are you going? We're gonna make acquaintances right now. I've spent enough time loitering around. We head to the city, and I'm going alone if that's what you're about to ask. What brings you here? I'm a journalist. I smell a scoop. I don't think anyone visits the person unless they have to. Nice way. Likewise, if you excuse me, I spent enough time loitering around. Okay, bitch. You're a piece of poop. Poop journalist. Rotten meat. Rotten meat times 2. Oh, yeah. I need chalk. None of these are chalk. Marco's not in here. Or the doctor, rather. I didn't want... Actually, let's finish this guy. He is dead now. I can't kill these guys. I'm actually really weak right now unless I use my mind. Okay, I was hoping for some. Okay, I was hoping for some machine. There we go. There are some hostile fellas in here. Like this guy. He mean. Loots and runs. Oh! We lose some magic defense, but gain a lot of regular defense. Yeah, we're good. Hey, man. I think I gotta fight that guy. Nice decoration. La la la, just checking everything. Got a blast. Juked. L. I need you to leave, fella. Did someone say my name? I said the word juke. A lot of vegetables, fellas. Hey, Karen. It's you! Just what the hell is going on in this town? Something very bad. Locals, did you get attacked too? Yes. Glad I took my pistol with me. This scoop just became a lot bigger. I have to be careful what I wish for in the future. I have my connections to different organizations and groups. One of the resistance groups against the Bremen army tipped me that there was something about to go down here in Prehevel. Apparently there's a very specific reason why the Bremen army occupied this area. I wasn't informed about anything else really. I can't believe I wasn't even warned about this place. That guy will have hell to pay once I get back to civilization. We head to the city. I was, but I'm not sure what to do now. My guess is that the city won't be much better here either. What do we do now? We don't do anything. I work alone. I have a scoop to investigate, and now the stakes just got higher, that's all. We're still focused on that. Will we get anything done if I run back home between the tail between I've seen way worse? Won't be safe alone. Worried about me or yourself? I'm sorry, but you'd probably be less safe if you just return to the train. So this is the dialogue that she had in the slums. I mean, we're still in the slums, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna get past these fellows. I just straight up run. The issue is that we're not gonna be able to run back through. Meow, 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 meow. Yep, they're there. Why aren't they attacking me? Oh my god. How's this guy still coming? Yo, we eluding right now for sure, dude. Or shizzle. I love raw meat. Raw meat, so good. Oh. Someone there. Are you okay? Why'd he run? That makes this very difficult for me. To perform any rites in a ritual circle, the final circle must be carved first from top to bottom. This one is an asymmetric circle. Asymmetric circle represents the older guy on one side distribution pattern. Perfect circle. One must never assign sigils not meant for their founding circles. So that one on the bottom represents like Almer. Top one, Brr. Middle one, don't know. Due to these rights is that they cannot you cannot change them, but they can change you. Yay! EP mask. Defensive against piercing attacks. Damn, get charged my ass. Don't you if I get XP? You don't get XP in this game. This guy patrolling outside of my door, dude? Relax. Free lucky coin. We're gonna kill this guy. We need a better weapon, dude. And we actually... Why am I getting 3 rev up on the first turn without guarding? I don't understand. Oh, I guarded. That's right. I'm an idiot. Nice crit. Like, why did I just get 3 there? It lasts 2 turns? Meditation. I know why I'm getting the extra ones. I'm just wondering why I'm getting so much. Pipe wrench. Oh, shit. I'm gonna chop off their heads? Yeah, we could. We could. Wonder why it blacks out there when we see us get our legs chopped off that one time. Was there not an enemy on the screen? Am I dumb? Nope. Holy bread. Lots of ammo. There's Vile. Hey, fella. I'm rich. How did he know? Someone in chat told me. I mean, we'd already done that on, what's her face? Abella. We have 3 bone saws right now. Very nice. Sure, fuck you. Oh, she's got 2 knives, fellas. fellas. Oh, wait. We actually resist, piercing because of our helmet. Don't really have many ways to heal bleed though. There we go. Locked from the other side. Hey, buddy. Beat him with that wrench. Well, getting multiple rev points per turn, fellas. Very nice. The fuck is a just guard? The enemies do certain moves in this game that are telegraphed, and if you guard, then you will avoid them. And usually, those attacks really fuck you up. So, for example, if I didn't guard there, my character probably has to flip a coin to see if they... See if they step on the thingy. Wait, what? No way. Wowzers! At least we can use this. Plus 80 heal. Okay, now we know that if she reaches us while she's screaming at us, she does that fucking bonus attack. Use your penis explosion magic? Well, I need 1 rev point to cast my spell. Okay. Not bad. Poison immunity. Yeah, it also costs mind. It's not like something we can do all the time. It's something that I would do if I had other party members, but right now it's more effective to either kill them at no cost or to guard and then kill them. Do you know what I am saying, Chator? Okay. It's not what we needed, fellas. Also, we don't even have chalk. Mushroom stew. Toilet. Dirty toilet. Oh, shit. Wait. Which bibbles do we have? We just have Aurora right now. Did you ever play Mass Effect? Not on stream. I played 1 and 2, I think. I don't know. It's been a long, long time, my man. Let's go ahead and use one of these. Is this where the woodsman is? No, this leads to the bunker. Where the dogs at? Where my dogs? Where my dogs? Where my dogs at? I'm super not scared of those dogs, especially because I'm pretty sure what they do is bite. And I mean, we have the EP mask, so their bite while I'm guarding will probably do 0 fucking damage. Hey, fellas. Oh, and they have the poison attack that I'm immune to? Now perish. Boom! Beats the fuck out of you! Panting. More like dying. Nice. I chop their head off? This creature has no head, idiot. Meow, 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 meow. I wonder what that tree's gonna say to us because we're a yellow mage. Oh, so that tree is suspicious. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. I'm not even sure how far we can get down there. You go down the bunker on day 2. All right, guys, no help, please. No help, please. No help, unless I ask for it. Awaken from my slumber. Is it time yet? Time for what? Do not wake me again, War. Okay, wizard head, say something. Giant pop-up just asked me how I'm liking the Twitch mobile app. Well, how are you liking it there, bud? Ooh. Oh. It's you. We met already at the train. What do you have there? Found something? I found this hatch. A hatch in the middle of nowhere. Seems a bit suspicious. No, interesting the very least. Why don't we hop in and see what's under there? You have to be at least a little curious. Let's check it out. Wow, this place is incredible. I heard the Eastern Union had big underground networks around Paravel, but I wasn't expecting this. Where'd you hear something like that? Oh, yes, it was on the newspaper a while back. It's close to my line of work, so obviously I keep an eye on articles like that. How about we continue deeper? You don't get to say a word, but I'll be traveling with you for a while now. You're more than welcome. Neat. Eratophobia. Okay. We have to presume that Tanaka's down here getting his head chopped off, so we can't go too far. We meet again. Do. What skills you got? Short circuit. Oh, hell yeah. But will it let me use her to use short circuit? Like, I had Olivia in my party and I couldn't pick up herbs. You get access to Deadlock? There's... Pretty sure there's like a Reddit thread where you can just like post in it. And then someone will invite you. Dude, maybe someone in chat will invite you, bro. How about that? I would, but I'm streaming right now. We cannot go that way. I think I'm gonna stop right here. It happens to our right. His hat is there. I wonder if we could start the generator and go up there. I forgot where the elevator leads us. It leads us down into the sewers. I have to go that way. Which means I have to go kill Needles. In the city. Which means we have to do the manor. I wonder if she's gonna leave us if we walk out. Please don't. Oh, that's a dub, dude. That's a motherfucking dub. We can't craft shit, bros. Need to luck roll bolt cutters too? True, because in order to get the other key, we would have to start the generator and take the elevator. And I'm pretty sure that requires us to run past. Wait, no, we can just kill Needles. We don't have to luck roll that. Someone said that the woodsman will help us out of the well if we fall into it. What I'm worried about is like if he's gonna maim us on the way up, but there is a lucky coin down there. Hop in and find out. I mean, we're doing so well right now that it is certainly ill-advised. It's certainly ill-advised to do that. We found some good shit, bros. Meow, 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 meow. Woodsman's letter. Book of Fears. Go kill the woodman. I'm the woodman. Ski pa 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 da boop. Hey, buddy. Ooh, nice elephant trunk penis, mister. you only need one. Damn, he was blind when he made that attack, too. The appendage is pulsating. The appendage skitters away. Damn, just one hit, huh? Hey, you look better with one arm. Meow, 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 meow. I don't even know what the downside to only having one arm is. Maybe... I don't know. Some weapons require two hands. Oh, true. That's okay. Beer. Ooh. Makes it really hard to wash dishes. Yeah. True, dude. True. Bone saw. This is a reverse circle. I don't even think we drew the one here on our other one. Bro, she's gonna come back to life when I do this shit, huh? Fellas. Did I read the blood stains on the wall? Something written here with blood. He was more of a man than you would have ever been. Twice the size, in fact. I let his cold member inside me. Even my loins couldn't warm it up. Yes, I did it. I laid with Black Kalev. I tasted his seed. She fucked the goat? Who the fuck is that anime pro tag looking motherfucker, dude? Another one heeds my call. Just remember that you came to me and not the vice versa. Tell me, oh naive one, do you believe in the pitch black darkness? I live in and for the darkness. Truly, the true darkness is a rare gift. The saying goes, there's no light without it casting a shadow. Good on one hand and the evil on the other. Good can come from bad places just as bad can come from the good. Constant struggle, a game even. That is how it is meant to be, that is how it was. A man listened to his spirit and he could tarnish that spirit so easily, but it wasn't to last. The people started to worship a new god. The god called the science. Suddenly everything needed to be calculated before putting into consideration. There's no good or evil behind the scope. Maybe my time has come to lend a sword once again. I will aid you in your quest. See you soon. Well, that was it, huh? Okay. Goat seems to be following your every move attentively. Want to join my party? The goat is shaking its horns in agreement. The goat joins your party. What? He has no skills. You said lend your blade. Maybe we have to turn him back into a human. This house looks charming enough. Black Caleb has a blank expression on his face. He's slowly chewing a brown tuft of weed in his mouth. The more you look at Caleb, the more annoyed he starts to look. Bro, is this guy getting hungry like giga fast right now? No. He's probably Giga in the fuck realm. Oh wow, I didn't even think of that. Let's see what he does. There's no point in shooting that Elper, chat, because we were going to make it... We were going to go into the fuck realm with him regardless, so... Oh, man. He's still just a fucking goat. Are you going to claim old place now that you have the party members? I mean, yeah, we're going south here, so we're about to run into that. Wrong way. Was on the front page of, and Twitch just told me you have a hype train, and TBH I don't see any hype. Hype! Hype! Let's do it, chat! Let's do it! We're doing it! Hype! Suddenly Black Kalev stops on its hooves. Black Kalev gives you no attention at all. I have to give him a fucking carrot each time? I ain't got no more carrots. My man, maybe it's a good idea to pay one of your mods to keep the hype train going before it runs out. Ooh, wait, that's a great idea. It's just me. What is the purpose of this? Ping Discord and let everyone know there's a hype train. Oh man, this is all shit that actually happened, huh? Go into the train. Aww. I think I'll sit down for a bit. I've had enough adventuring for the time being. Okay, but come with me, though. How's the train looking? To be frank, I'm starting to lose hope. I feel bad for slacking off. It's a clean mystery while the engine's not functioning properly. I'll try to change some parts later on, but I would be holding my breath. How's it going? Something very weird going on here. How can you act or do anything when you don't even understand the problem? Yay! I got a goat. Everyone. Everyone, I got a goat. I got a goat. And... I gotta go and go mayor before resting. Yeah, don't. We are not even getting started with the amount of stuff that we're gonna do on day one. I don't believe me. You don't gotta tell me shit. My goal is to get into the city and kill needles before we rest. At least. Elderkinds at AU. There's so. Oh, is Abuela missing an arm? I want you to take a guess there, buddy, old pal. Take a quick little guess-a-roo. I gotta pee. The goat got hungry? Oh, okay. Is there a guard here? I think there is. Do you mind playing some tunes?
Okay.
Thank you. Hello. Why is my goat afraid of ghosts? Ain't afraid of no ghosts. This goat's hella dead, dude. How do we get him to turn into a human? We gotta think about what we're gonna do. I think we go right. Wow. Okay. Ow. Please be enough. Oh god. Damn, is our EP mask really helping us that much? Gunpowder. I forget how strong this is. You glutton. Bro. Karen's not here anymore. Oh yeah, she moved to the slum. Hey fella. Low roll? Cringe? That's okay, we have like 4. Unidon and the old Razzle Dazzle and MOONMOON 1G, thanks for subbing. Says, what up, bitch? You're a bitch. He's not here. Weird. putting them out of their misery. Let's see if she can short circuit. Oh, this is my chance to shine. God bless you. God bless you. So much scrap. It's the sewer down here, right? We can get in there with our key. Oh, damn. We should do the manor first, I think. She does it with one arm. So yeah, she's pretty chipper for having had her arm chopped off. Yay. Yay. We both have over 30 defense right now. Wish you had over 30 hairs on your head. Shit Soup, thanks for subbing. Hello. Hi. Greetings. Greetings. Getting a lot of tobacco. You know, I never once got tobacco searching these guys' corpses on Abuela. And we killed all of these guys. And we're getting tons of tobacco. I don't want your arm and I don't want your leg. Black Brain, thanks for subbing. Hey, buddy. I brought a friend this time, bitch. -1 ahead? Which one did I miss? Oh. Godhound, thanks for subbing. Stop crying. Me. Admiral Pants and King Ghidorah, thanks for subbing. King Ghidorah says, "Argh!" Oops. Got a lot of heads right now. Let's hand the woodsman over. Already searched all this stuff. There's Karen. Okay, bitch. Pretty sure we fight these guys one at a time. Beats you to death. All right. Give me your head, bitch.